Hey, good evening everybody and welcome to this media conference with Marcus Rashford. As ever, please raise your hand, use the microphone available and make sure it's switched on and state your name and who you work for. And we'll start when you're ready, Rob, some Sky Sports News.
Hi Marcus, it's Rob Dorset at Sky Sports News. Look, England weren't at their best against USA. Harry Kane in particular didn't look his usual sharp self, whether that's fatigue or injury or whatever. There's talk that he could be, maybe should be rested for this match. If he was, are you ready, desperate to step up?
Yeah, I think everyone's ready, you know, and I'm raring to go. Training's been good for the lads that haven't been getting as many minutes. But you know, I feel like for this squad, it's never really been an issue, especially since Gareth's been managing. You know, maybe before it was a little bit of an issue in terms of quality of training and people's dedication to training, but you know, since he's been manager of England, it's been good, it's been intense, it's been challenging, and yeah, like you say, I feel like me included, everyone's ready to do the bit when they come onto the pitch, and if they get an opportunity to start that.
How is Harry Kane? Does he seem okay in training?
Yeah, he's all right. He's happy. He's enjoying his football, but of course, for any forward, you want to be scoring goals. So yeah, I'm sure if he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll score some goals.
Look, it won't surprise you that this game is being billed by fans, by the media, by us lot as the Battle of Britain. You were there in 2016 when a certain Wales video went viral, celebrating the fact that England had lost to Iceland and were going home. I mean, look, Luke Shaw, your teammate, said it wasn't nice to see that. Is it something that's been mentioned in the squad, and does it give this game even an extra bit of spice from your perspective?
To be honest, we've not mentioned it. For me, it's any game in the World Cup's a big game. So we're going to go there and give everything to win the game. We tried to do that obviously against USA. I thought they defended really well, to be honest. I think that their midfield worked tremendously hard to stop our players. And they made it difficult for us and we couldn't quite get the goal. So it makes it more important to go and win this game.
Last one from me. Look, I've got to ask you about Manchester United and in particular Cristiano Ronaldo. An awful lot's happened at your football club while you've been out here. But you won't play with Ronaldo again. How do you feel about that?
Listen, it's been an unbelievable experience to play with him. He's obviously one of my idols and someone I've always looked up to. So to have the opportunity to play with him is unbelievable, and I'll take that with me, and it's something that I can keep with me forever. So yeah, I wish him all the best. We obviously want to thank him for the things that he's done for Manchester United, and yeah, wish him all the best in the rest of his career.
Hi Marcus, Alex Howell, BBC. How have you felt since you've come back into the squad, first England goal in the World Cup since playing in the Euros final? Yeah,
it's obviously been good for me. To be honest, I'm just happy, to be enjoying my football. I'm not struggling with any injuries or niggles, so I can only be thankful for that. And yeah, I'm raring to go. Training's been good. It's been good for me to meet back up with the lads after being away from them for such a long period of time. So yeah, I'm ready.
Do you feel fully back to yourself now, back at the top of your game?
I feel like I'm getting there. I'm obviously a lot closer than I was in the last year or 18 months. So I'm still working towards it, I feel like. But yeah, I'm pleased with the steps that I've taken so far.
What do you think's made the difference to help you get close to your best again?
Listen, it's probably my happiness, but a lot of it was linked to the injuries that I was carrying. Even on good days for myself and good days for the team, when I had them injuries, I just weren't enjoying it. I was always in pain, obviously, and I knew what the end goal was going to be, and it's difficult sometimes to manage. I think once I had the surgery and recovered properly, I can put it behind me and move forward, and that's what I've been doing.
Is it difficult as a player sometimes to deal with the fan pressure? Supporters speak about performances like the other night, but your job as a professional is just to get out of the group, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. you know, as players, we always want to play our best football, but it's not possible. You can't always play your best football, and you have to learn to win games when you're not playing well. Because, like I said, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to be the best team or you're going to be the best individual on the pitch every single game. So, you know, we obviously, we're not happy with the way that we performed in the last game. We know that we can do better, but at the same time, we're in a strong position in the group. You know, it's not often that teams win all 3 games in group games. So, you know, if we manage to beat Wales, which we'll be looking to do, then it can be considered as a good start.
Perfect, thank you.
Hi Marcus, Carrie Brown, beIN Sports. You went through all of that with your injuries, so just a recap of the moment of coming on against Iran and scoring so quickly. Can you just talk it through for us, and with all those injuries, what it meant to you? Yeah,
it's obviously a great feeling to just pull on the England shirt again. It's something that I've obviously missed out on since the Euros. So it's the initial feeling of just meeting up with the lads, training, being around them at the hotel, getting back out on the pitch. They're all great feelings, and then the goal just capped everything off really. But yeah, like I said, I'm really happy that I'm here again.
And to actually score your World Cup goal so quickly.
Yeah, great feeling. You know, when you're on the bench, you want to get involved in the game as quickly as possible, and you know, probably for any player, but especially for a forward, the best way to do that is by scoring a goal. So the fact that the opportunity came so quickly, it's beautiful.
And I want to look to Harry Maguire as well. He had another outstanding game, kept a clean sheet against a really strong attack from the USA. Like you, performing so well under Gareth Southgate. He's getting a lot of criticism, saying he's too pragmatic, but he's getting performances out of players that not getting maybe the strongest performances at club level. How does he do it?
I think a lot of it is the atmosphere. I feel like he's got a good balance between, you know, working hard and having downtime and opportunity to just relax and put your feet up. I think he's always been good at that, to be honest, since I've worked with him. Even when I went with him in the under-21s, it was the same, you know. So he's stuck to what he thinks works, and what, you know, he speaks to the players a lot, and he tries to get a balance between, you know, what he thinks will work well and what the players want and what they think will work well. And yeah, on that side of things, he's very good.
What was the discussion you all said? You said that you were disappointed with the result of the performance against the US. What was the discussion had?
Listen, we were obviously not happy with the result. I think at times in the game we played well. We was probably just missing the final bit to get the goal. But, you know, like I said before, USA defended really well. Like I said, the midfield was top for me. You know, they covered a lot of ground. They've got massive important roles to do in that midfield, and I feel like they defended the width of the pitch really well. They're obviously a threat on the break. They have some really good players on the ball and players that go in behind and can offer a threat to the goal. So, you know, they're not a bad team. It was a difficult game, but like I said, we're not in a bad position in the group. We can't let one game, one performance, you know, tell the story for us so far.
In a sense, you had that defensive display which really proved that this team can defend. A great attacking display. You put them together, you got the perfect combination in that. I want to take you back to the Euros, which was tough for you because you were struggling with injury, and then to take that penalty. What was it like, that reaction after you'd done so much during COVID for a whole nation of children that were struggling, for getting the government to do a U-turn? You've talked about your injuries being hard, but was it particularly hard to get that racist abuse after you guided a government and helped so many people to then see that reaction? How hard was that after you'd given so much? Listen,
racism's like, it's not good for you to go through it as an individual, but it's not good to see anybody go through it. So it's more just disappointment. You're disappointed in the way that people, at the fact that people have views like that. You know, partly the main reason is because you don't have them views about anybody else, regardless of the race or religion. So it's like I said, it's more the disappointment that people are thinking them things, never mind saying them.
And then actually after that Iran game, it was really lovely to see that it was brilliant black young men that had scored all the goals. What is that collective like with the young talent coming through, like Saka and Bellingham, that are such exciting players as well?
Yeah, I think in the squad we have a lot of young players, but the main thing is how experienced they are. They've all played in a massive amount of big games. You know, a lot of them have won big trophies, and it's experience that you need in a squad. You know, if we want to go forward and win this competition, like what we aim to do, we need to have players like that have played in big games, experienced big moments, and you know. They can pass that experience even at a young age. So, to be honest, I don't see them as young players. I see them as players that are early on in their career, yeah. But like I said, they've experienced massive moments in their careers so far, which not everybody gets to do.
And does this team really love coming up against the likes of Wales and Scotland? These battles of Britain. Is there any more incentive that you need?
It's obviously massive incentive, but like I said, when your ambitions are so high, it doesn't matter the opponent. You know, we're gonna focus on us and try and bring the best version of us. And I think if we do that, we'll win the game.
Marcus, David Ornstein from The Athletic. You said earlier that maybe before Gareth came in as manager, there was a bit of an issue in terms of quality of training and people's dedication to training. Can you explain a bit more what you mean by that?
I just think that obviously I was only there for a short period of time before, but the standard of training wasn't as high. You know, it's for players it's black and white. If you're not training well, you can't expect to play well. You can't expect to go into games and just win just because you think that you're better players than the other team. So, you know, you have to put the work in and earn the right to win football matches. And you know, for me, it's two different sides of a coin, and it's as simple as that.
And so you think there's been a bit of a step change in terms of quality of training and expectation level since Gareth Southgate's been manager?
There's obviously been a clear change and a clear improvement. We've obviously done much better in the major tournaments, but even in the games that we play throughout the year with England, we've played better. We've had better results. You know, it's not often I come away with England and feel like we're going to lose games. I think as a collective we're very strong. You know, the togetherness is really high, and it's a big feature that Gareth puts emphasis on. And yeah, it's something that we've worked on, and it's improved as time's gone on. But like I said, the main reason why we're in the position we're in is because, you know, we have good players that are willing to work for one another and leave it all out on the pitch. And you know, in the next game we'll definitely look to do that.
And can I just quickly ask, after the USA game, how it feels as players when you've put so much effort in to be booed off by your own supporters?
It's not a nice feeling, but to be honest, we don't need fans to boo us for us to know that we've not played as well as we could have. You know, I feel like it's a feeling that was mutual amongst the group, that we could have done better. And you know, it's not just the players that start the game; it's the full group. You know, we train, you know, for 4 days leading up to the game. It's all of us. You do sometimes question, would you have changed things in the build up to the game? But that's natural. You know, as players, we wanna win as many games as we can. So when you don't win, you know, it's disappointing. But you know, like I said earlier, it's not. We can't be so negative about it. You know, we're in a good position in the group, and you know, we just need to go and look to win the next game.
Hi Marcus, Dan Kilpatrick from the Evening Standard. It feels like, I think it's fair to say, supporters' relationship with Gareth can be quite up and down at the moment. There was obviously some boos in the Nations League campaign. They were singing his name against Iran, and then you guys got booed off against the USA the other night. Do you think Gareth's almost been a victim of his own success, raising standards so much? And what's your message to fans that are kind of not convinced by Gareth or your style of play?
To be honest, I just feel like that's football. Like, when you win a game, you're the best team in the world. When you lose a game, you're the worst. And as players, you can't view it like that. You have to keep a medium and a balance. And that goes for, your individual performance and your performance as a collective. So yeah, I feel like, if we play well in the next game, that USA game will be forgotten about, and it's up to us as players and the staff as a group to move on as a collective, really, and the best way to do that is by winning the next game.
Hi Marcus, Mark Manbrines with PA. I don't think we've seen many 25-year-old men that have played in 4 major tournaments for England. From what you remember from Euro 2016 to now, just how has the team evolved, and is it coming to a point where you think it can hit its peak here?
I don't think it takes a genius to see that we've improved since 2016. For me, it feels like a complete different team. We've come on, so much, and we've learned a lot about ourselves along the way. So, I feel like we're a really strong team that has the capabilities to go and win against any team that we play against. We don't fear anybody. We believe in our own qualities. We believe in how we can affect the outcomes of football games. And like I said, we stick by each other in tough moments and in the good moments as well. So, it's up to us to go and prove that we have what it takes to win it. But do I believe that we do? Yeah, 100%.
Marcus, it's Dave Heitner from The Guardian. Did you think that when you didn't get selected for the England squad in September that the World Cup dream was kind of slipping away? And can you just talk us through the moment when you did get the call for the squad for this tournament?
I had an injury in September, to be fair, so I wasn't too confident in going, and I think even if I did get selected, I would have had to have a conversation with Gareth, because I only want to be here if I can, give 100% for my team and for myself. So, obviously I was disappointed because I felt I was playing good football at the time, and to pick up sort of a niggly injury like that is obviously frustrating, and the timing weren't good. But it's in the past. I'm here now, and I'm 100% focused on getting the results that we need to win the tournament.
Hi Marcus, James Robson, AP. Probably the main criticism from fans about this England team is that, or Gareth, is that it doesn't take enough risks. Yeah, it's a team that's got to a semi-final and to a final the last 2 tournaments. Do you think this England team takes enough risks?
Like you said, we've showed progression. I can obviously only speak on the time that I've been here. So from 2016, you look at that performance against Iceland when we got knocked out of the Euros, and it's a million miles off where we are now. Like, you can't even compare the 2 situations, and for me, you can't compare the feeling around the camp. I think the confidence levels are high, as they should be. Like I've mentioned before, we have great players. We have top players that are playing top football against the best opposition in the world, week in, week out. So we can't go into games and think negatively. It's not something that the players do. It's not something that the manager does. He always wants us to go and play confident football and show people what we can do. So for me, we play positive football, and I think it definitely showed against Iran. Scoring 6 goals, and for me, people I've seen comments saying, it's Iran. They're a top 20 team in the world. we've seen, you know, the smaller nations have massive upsets in the tournament so far. So, you know, going there and scoring them goals and winning the game as we won it, it's a big sign of, you know, what we're about. We want to score goals. We want to play attacking football, and if we can kill a team, then we'd want to do that.
Marcus, hi. Henry Winter from The Times. We've seen you obviously play wide and also through the middle. Do you have a favourite position where you can do most damage?
I think I probably do most damage coming from the left. For me, it does depend on the opposition and the way they set up and their personnel. But, you know, I feel like on the left I have the freedom to, on the right as well, to be fair, I have freedom to, you know, go inside and make the runs. And, you know, for me, it's about just finding the weak link in the back line and trying to exploit it. Obviously, I enjoy looking for spaces. I enjoy combining with players. So yeah, it doesn't really matter in terms of output. The main thing for me is that, you know, I end up in the face of the goal, whether it's from crosses or, you know, from a running play, because I feel like that's one of my main strengths. You know, getting chances and creating chances on goal.
Hi Marcus, Rob Harris from Sky News. Has there been any message from Gareth about keeping morale up, the fact you are still unbeaten despite the during, and is there a particular challenge how you get used to these 10 p.m. games, how you manage your days, how you cope playing so late?
You know, I think Gareth's a very clever person, and, you know, he understands that the players were disappointed after the game, and obviously he shares that disappointment. But the first thing he said to us was, "Listen, we're in a strong position," and, you know, he was the one that reminded us. I think England have only won all 3 group games once. It's not very often that it happens, so don't be down about it. Like I said, for me, we come up against a really strong team that have a clear way of playing, and they stick to their principles. And any team that does that, it's not a given that you just go and win a game of football. So yeah, the message from him was don't beat yourself up, don't be down. You know, we should be thankful that we have an opportunity to put it right and move forward in the next game.
And the 10 p.m. kick-off, is that quite a challenge?
I wouldn't say it's normal, but it's not a huge challenge. You just have to adapt a little bit in terms of preparation. You obviously have a lot of time before the game, and for me, it's not much of a difference to what we're used to doing. But yeah, it's more, it affects the recovery a little bit. Obviously, the night of the game, you're not having the best of sleeps. But yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, we've got 3 more here to go. We'll start with Kevin.
Hi, Kevin Garside from the newspaper. Marcus, when we've seen yesterday the big names in this tournament rising, Mbappe scoring for France, Messi scoring, Lewandowski. When you watch these players doing that, do you envisage or imagine that this platform is there for you to do that too for England?
Yeah, 100%. We're on the biggest stage in the world, and it's an opportunity for all of us to go and take. Obviously, my situation's a little bit different because I've been on the bench, but at the same time, it's, you know, you're waiting for your opportunity, and it's not going to come. You have to work for it. And like I said, I feel like, you know, that as a group and as an individual, we've been training well. You know, the togetherness is there. We're not disjointed as a collective, and I think in tournament football that's needed because it's going to be the squad that wins the tournament. It's impossible for us to win the tournament just off our starting players. So, you know, for me, there's a huge sense of togetherness and belief that we can go a long way. And I believe that if we stick to what we know, if we stick to what we've done so often with Gareth, we can have a really good time.
Marcus, Charlie White from The Sun. Last 2 tournaments you've lifted the nation. Everyone's been in the beer gardens, having barbecues. It's obviously very different back home now. How much of it is it an incentive to try and lift everyone and cheer people up? You must have mates who are sort of going down the pub and it's freezing. It's very different here. It's sort of on a mission to sort of, as I said, cheer everyone up, really.
Yeah, it's obviously a different experience for the fans and a different experience for us as well. Obviously playing a major tournament in the middle of a season. We've not done it before, so everything's a bit new for us. But like I said, with new experiences, you have to just take it in your stride. We're here to play good football and win the tournament, and at the same time, we want to enjoy ourselves. And if we do them first two things that I said, then the fans will 100% have a good time and a good time watching the games and a great experience. And that's the special thing about football. It's sometimes situations aren't ideal, but at the same time, everyone still loves it. Everyone still loves the game, and it's something that I hope will never go away.
Hi Marcus, Jacob Steinberg from The Guardian. Does the penalty against Italy still play on your mind at all? And would you have any doubt or anxiety about taking one if England go to a shootout again during this World Cup?
No, not at all. I've missed a penalty before. You never want to miss a penalty. I feel like it's a great opportunity for forwards, especially to score goals. And obviously the big moments. As an individual, I've always been comfortable, and I enjoy being in big moments. So for me, I'm hoping that we get to take another penalty in the tournament. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for your time this evening.
Thank you.